Warriors are committed to pushing the pace this game and this season, I think. Draymond is pushing even though the Warriors do not have numbers. It's 4-on-4 on this side. But Draymond thinks that Poole can slip to the corner behind the defense. For some reason, the Clippers' defense is all in this line here. And so Draymond tries to sneak this bounce pass through. I think it's just deflected. And Poole saves it. He's really on the very edge. It looks like his heel is just hovering above the out-of-bounds line there. And so Steph tells him he's got to reset by throwing it out to Steph, and the Clippers are definitely onto it. This center's going to hold his arm out, trying to prevent this from happening. I like how Poole waits before resetting. He waits for the cutter to come through to see if he can just backdoor, because this guy's not really looking at him. If he can slip through, then Poole can hit him on the cut and then maybe get a dunk out of it. But he's covered very well. The defender alertly cuts off. The Clippers defense is kind of in a weird situation. You've got these two guys. This guy's not really guarding anybody. Zubac is cross-match onto Steph, which is no good for him. So now there's a reset here. There's a nice long lob by Poole to get out of the situation. But for reasons unknown, this defender cuts in here as Zubac is cutting in here. So that leaves Steph Curry completely alone. So the Warriors just for free get this advantage. And now he is trying to close out hard on Steph. So Steph just up fake. And now he's helpless, steps in right at the line. Swish. This is an interesting, subtle little Warriors set. This could be a split cut where two men run at each other. One pops, one dives. Or it looks like we're setting up to feed the post and start a split cut where this man would go screen for Steph. So it's not really clear how it's going to develop. So Steph heads over there, gets ready to set the screen, but this man peels off, and so it's a fake. So Steph's going to peel out of this. Looney feeds Draymond, and so it does turn into a split cut. And everyone should know, well, if you're a pro player, everyone should know that when the Warriors feed the post like this, that these two players run towards each other and one screens for the other. And so obviously Looney is going to want to screen for Steph. He'll want to take this. So the defender does not at all want Steph to take the screen, and he decides to handle this by walling Steph off from the screen. And just in case the wall isn't enough, he's also holding Steph and hugging him and just showing that he cares. So do you think Steph's going to use extra force and try to power his way through to the screen? No. You put up a wall this way, I'm going to be like water and I'm going to flow away from the wall. And he's just going to cut straight to the basket. Zubac is looking away, which is going to open up all kinds of passes right next to him. Oh, that was just a beautiful pass. So Draymond bounce passes it right under Zubac's feet. It slips all the way through. This is a darn risky pass. Steph is going to have to make a hard catch in traffic and gets the instant layup. Really beautiful. Draymond's pushing it again. The Clippers completely have numbers. We're talking about 3-on-5 right now. But I guess they didn't get the memo. They really lost track of Steph, and so somehow all the defenders are inside the arc, and Steph is outside the arc, but this is well within his range. For Steph, this is wide open. And wide closed. Right now, Steph is being guarded by Terrence Mann, who I think is a decent defender, and the Warriors would much rather Luke Kennard guard Steph, but Kennard is guarding Bjelica, so what do you do about that? Bjelica is going to try to force a switch by running up to Mann and giving him a hug. Two can play at the power hug game, and now, just by brute force, he's screening Mann, and Steph is too dangerous from out here, so Kennard has to step up and take Steph. Okay, so now they got the isolation that they wanted. It's Steph on Kennard. The Warriors are currently 4 out. Steph just uses raw speed to blow by Kennard. In many defenses, the weak side low man is supposed to stop exactly this situation when there's a blow-by like this, and then you figure out the rest later. Like after this man, then you have Paul George Phil behind him to try to cover the people left behind, but I think that guy looks too slow. Yeah, and Steph just gets by everybody. Nice layup. This time it's just a straight high pick and roll here for Bjelica for Steph. turns into an ISO. It looks like Steph is looking for this Otto Porter Jr. screen to let Andre Iguodala spring free, but Clippers seem on top of it. This defender's got his arm up calling out that there's going to be some kind of switch here. So that play just kind of peters out. All right, we got 12 on the shot clock. What's Steph going to do? I think he's going to shake and bake. Oh, this guy's doomed now. As soon as the defender turns his body, he's got his feet this way. Steph is fluid enough with the ball that he can cross over and get behind the defender, and that's going to leave the defender off balance. Pretty good pivot by the defender, but that pivot gives Steph a chance to step back. Almost unstoppable, that move. It's just a matter of whether he hits the shot. Here it is in slow motion. Steph's going to drive this way to try to get the defender to pivot his feet this way. There. And now Steph immediately, with that pretty sweet little behind the back dribble, pivot so he's going this way. The defender was facing this way. Not a bad pivot, that's pretty fast. But while he's pivoting backwards, that means Steph can himself go backwards with the step back. And he creates just a little bit of space, but a little bit of space is all he needs. Okay, Warriors pushing it. Again, they don't have numbers. Oh my god. I don't even think that was a heat check. I think that was the defender just didn't stay with Steph. Well, I mean, he's right on Steph, looking close. Just that explosive stop plant on the right foot. Defender's momentum takes him just 1 foot away. Ugh. Early drag screen by Bjelica. Steph, I assume the man will fight through that, though. It's pretty far away. Steph's not going very fast. No, okay. So this is another maneuver. They wanted canard on Steph, and we had man on Steph, but Bjelica just snuck up and laid that screen to force the switch. I don't know if man is going to be able to recover back to Steph. No, Steph says, okay, I'm not going to let number 14 recover to me. I have to go full speed this way to stay away from him, to keep canard on me. And then he just stops and pops. Again, that explosive stop, if there is such a thing, sends canard flying this way. This is an easy shot for Steph. The Clippers telegraph this handoff. Here's the man with the ball. He's going to try to do a dribble handoff to this player. Not a bad idea. Andre Iguodala is following, so he's going to have to take the long way around, and that should open up things for the defender to drive with Andre on his back, which means the only way to counter this is Steph has to be alert and switch over to the other man. Okay, there's a handoff, and Steph alertly switches, but I think the Warriors were playing with different kinds of coverages of this kind of play. They experimented with showing hard like this, where two men go to the player who's driving. If this is a show, then Steph should put pressure on this man and then eventually recover back to the roller before the roller does any damage. Here, I guess the guy, is that a shot? I guess he actually pulled up for a shot and Steph just went up and blocked it. That's unusual. He just got it. And now, Steph, please do not try to dunk this. Thank you. Okay, so we don't have any wacky half dunk, half basket interference plays today. Oh, all right. This is going to be a classic Klay play. If you've been following my videos, I think I talk every video about this Klay play because the Warriors are running the heck out of it and running all kinds of variations. This looks like a completely classic situation where it's the end of the quarter and Steph Curry is in the position where he'll be the shooter, so this is probably going to be a straight vanilla sounds so boring. I like classic. It's going to be the classic Klay play. Steph's going to set a down screen. This man's going to come up and set a screen for Andre, but this will be a decoy action, and the real action is that Steph has set the screen, and then he's going to come around and get a screen for Bjelica, which would leave him open. So that's the completely bog standard Klay play. Okay, it's unfolding as prophesized. There's the down screen, players running up. Already Steph is getting the down screen. This is working like gangbusters. I don't know, most of the other teams have scouted this hard. The Clippers do not seem ready for this. Bjelica is really well in the way. Steph's man was not alert and he has to take a long way. And so Steph shades over on this side of the screen. Andre's absolutely on top of this. Bullet pass. And that subtle positioning of Steph, he's run this kind of play so many times. If he had taken the screen and come all the way out here to meet this pass, then good defense would be there. But because Steph took a slightly different positioning and faded out to here, that creates this space, which allows, I'm going to guess that this is a good shot. That is a very good shot. I know you all think this is the most important part of the video where I break down the celebration, but I'm not sure there's anything really deep going on here. We've got Jordan Poole, who has adopted Steph's towel Jedi look. We've got Moses Moody, who's so excited that his mask has fallen off his nose. That looks like Juan Toscano-Anderson. You just got a lot of people stepping up and saying, this is awesome. Hey, Captain Klay is here. Klay is not doing anything too fancy, I guess doctor's orders. He's just holding up his hands with the Steph Hallelujah look and stretching out that Achilles, trying to get in shape for game shape. We need you, Klay. Get better soon.